on Oracle e-business suite. So this is the ERP. Many of the in our world, there are many ERP system. Okay. So what is the ERP? ERP is nothing but the enterprise resource planning. So each and every data is crucial for our business, right? So each and every data and the role and responsibility and segregation of duties inside a business, it's very mandatory to track by the upper business leaders, right? And can track the financial and the profit and loss, right? So there are many ERP systems. One of them is SAP ERP. One of them is Oracle e-business suites, right? So we are part of this training as a Oracle e-business suite. And in this Oracle e-business suite, there are multiple things. Okay. One of them is SCM. That means supply chain management. Supply chain management. Okay. And one of them the major two things is supply chain management and the financials. Okay. So in this supply chain management, there are two branch I take in the EBS as an overall ERP system. I branch out as a supply chain management and I branch out here is a financial, right? So first in that supply chain management, there are few modules like order management. OM, we are telling about as the order management, right? I hope you heard about those modules. Those are each and every modules. We will dig down and configure from the scratch how they behave, how we can configure it, and how we can master on those modules. What is the different business process we can align with this standard Oracle? Okay, we will go each and everything and try to connect the dot. So one of them is order management. Second is PO. PO for purchasing, right? So one of you telling about the placing the requisition, placing the PO, right? So we are handling that requisition and PO in this module. That is the purchasing. Okay. And one of them is inventory. So it is called as the inventory management. Okay. Next is BOM. BOM means bill of material. Bill of material. One is WIP. That is called as work in progress. Okay. And one is advanced pricing. Advanced pricing module. So we are tracking each and every item price in this module. That is the advanced pricing. Okay. And one is the WMS. So Phillips, you are telling about the warehouse management. You are having the role of warehouse manager, right? So we are taking care of inventory and warehouse management. This is the warehouse management. Warehouse management system. Okay. And in the financial, we have AP. AP means account payable. We have AR, that means account receivable. We have GL, that is general ledger, and we have a SLA. Okay. So as a basic, we can master of that. And one is the CA, cost accounting. Cost accounting. Okay. So now we are going each and every module, but before going to that, we are going to inventory management and warehouse management simultaneously. Okay. Till now we are good. Any doubt?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Now coming to next. So suppose you are the owner of Tesla for a time being. Okay. Take a guess. You are now owner of Tesla, right? So you have capital and you want to start business. Okay. You want to start business in multiple countries, right? So if you are in USA, so USA is the United States of America, right? Inside that USA, that is the country. Now you have the state, right? And each of every state is again subdivided by district, and then the root level is the village, right? So when you want to create a business inside a country, so Tesla having three kind of business for for this example. Let's guess. One is the automobile, one is the SpaceX. That is also come under that Elon Musk, right? So each and every business having the vertical of country wise and the state wise, right? So suppose in that I am telling here the automobile business or car business. Okay. So they want to create a business at USA, in USA. Now they want to build it in New York. They want to build it in Houston. Okay, so two are good. Now, inside, so tax will be applied at the country level, right? So that is the at the USA. Now, each and everything is subdivided by the state-wise as well. So in Oracle e-business suite, so Oracle e-business suite having the features of multi-org structure. Okay. So what is multi-org structure? That means one business or one business in one country in worldwide, we can think about as a Tesla for our example. So at the top level, so level 1, this is the level 1. I am telling it as level 1. Okay. So it is the business group. That means in which segment they are doing business. Here Tesla, that means we are taking it as a automobile or car business, right? So that is the business group. Clear? Now level 2, for each and every business group need a legal entity. Legal entity. So what is legal entity? So legal entity is the, because when you create a business, you need to settle, you need to create a legal entity, right? Like you, like me, same thing as your business, so that your country can apply the tax on that legal entity, on your business, right? So business need to give the tax. So that is the legal entity. Okay, up to that we are good. Now in level 3, so each and every legal entity having a primary ledger. Okay, each and every legal entity having a primary ledger. Level 4. Now there is a question, what is the ledger? Ledger is nothing but a accounting book where business need to record each and every transaction. Now let me tell about more briefly as a transaction. I use a term as transaction, right? So transaction means in the financial world, something will be debit, something will be credit, right? So if you have a pen and you want to sell it by $5 and I want to buy that pen, then I need to give you that $5 to you, right? So if I give you that $5, you will give me the pen, right? So in your book, pen will be deducted from your inventory and $5 will coming in your book, right? And definitely there is a transaction date. So transaction having three things, right? One transaction having three things. One is date, transaction date. One is debit and credit. Debit and credit. And another thing is the item, right? Or transaction record name, or we can say it as a record name, right? So record. So one record having, or it can be transaction name. Let me call as transaction name, right? So one transaction having three things. One is in which date this transaction done, that is the date of the transaction. Which account debit and which account credit, that will be one of the part, and one is the part of the record name or transaction name. What is the transaction we have done against which the debit account and credit account get hit, right? All those transaction things are recorded in a book, right? And that business book is called as ledger, right? Up to that we are cool. Any doubt?
Yep, I'm good.
Please, any doubt from your end?
I'm good.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, suppose, let me give you one example. In India, we have a rituals of having nickname, right? So parents will called as a nickname. Okay. So in your country also, in home, your parents will call you by X, but in your legal things, you having name of Y. So one legal entity can keep one primary ledger, may keep one secondary ledger as well. Okay. So it is not mandatory, but optional. Clear? So secondary ledger can have or not having. So this is, but one primary ledger must be set it up, right? So primary should be the mandatory one. Okay. Now in the level 4 will be the operating unit. Operating unit. So what is the operating unit? Operating unit is nothing but from which location all those business get operational, right? That is the operating unit. Okay. In the level 5, then we are coming to as inventory org. Okay. So this operating unit we will call as OU, and this inventory org we will call as inventory org. Okay. Right. Next onward, we will call as inventory org. That means it is the level 5 org, right? And OU means operating unit. Okay. Now, under that inventory, so suppose this is your inventory. Suppose you think about this. This is your inventory. This is your inventory. Okay. Inside each whole inventory, there can be multiple segment. Okay. So suppose this is one segment. Suppose this is another segment. And suppose this is another segment. Okay. So that means this is total inventory. This is total inventory. Now, inside a inventory, that is a sub inventory. So we will call it as a sub inventory 1. Okay. We'll call it as sub inventory 2. We call this as sub inventory 3. Okay. So level 6 will be the sub inventory. Okay. And we are calling as short name by SI. And level 7 is the locator. Okay. So that is the total 7 level of business or multi-org structure that is in our EBS. Okay. So this is our total EBS. So this is our total EBS. Now, in the locator also, so here, this is a, suppose locator 1. This is suppose locator 2. This is suppose locator 3. Okay. This is suppose locator 4. So this sub-inventory having 4 locator, this sub-inventory having locator 1, L1, L2, and this sub-inventory having L1, L2, something like that. Okay. Do you get my point? Levels like that. Okay. So now, if I give you, you are working in a warehouse. So in the warehouse, you can see in a sub-inventory, there is a stack, right? Stack means there is a row, rack, bin concept, right? Row, then rack, and then bin. So row, rack, bin combination is for the locator, right? So row, rack, bins means, suppose let's go to that. So suppose if I take this one, the topmost corner one, so that is a row. So row 4, right? So this is the row 1, this is the row 2, this is the row 3, row 4, and this is the topmost. That means the top row, and the rack is also 4, and bin. So to identify one particular cell is the locator. Is it clear? Is it clear up to that?
Yeah.
Now coming to the, that is the locator. Now, so each and every we are coming as this one, right? Downward. So it is the 1 to many relationship. 1 to many relationship. So what it mean by 1 to many relationship? That means one business group can have multiple legal entity, one legal entity can have multiple primary ledger or secondary ledger or multiple ledger. One ledger can have multiple operating unit, one operating unit having multiple inventory org, one inventory org having multiple sub inventory, and one sub inventory can have multiple locator, right? Up to that, this is the total Oracle multi-org structure. Up to that, any doubt, let me know. Then we will proceed for the configuration. Any doubt?
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay. So now let me dig down the ledger part. Ledger is nothing but the 4C concept. That is 4C concept. 4C, what is the 4C concept? One is for the calendar. Okay. So what is the calendar? Some business having the holiday as Sunday, but some business having the holiday as Monday, some business having the holiday of Tuesday. So different calendar they are using, or they can configure in the standard Oracle. So what exact calendar the business will follow, that is the calendar. We need to set it up as a calendar. Okay. Next thing is for the currency. So in the currency, there are two concepts. One is the functional currency. One is the functional currency, and one is the foreign currency. So in business, suppose you set it up in USD. So USD is your functional currency. So except the USD, all other currency is your foreign currency. So all other currency except functional one is called as a foreign currency. Clear? Okay. Now, so this is the calendar, this is the currency, and the most important is the COA. What is the COA? Is for the chart of account. Anyone heard about this term before?
Yeah.
I have. I'm finance manager.
Okay. So can you tell me what is the chart of account?
It it classifies all of our expenditures so that when we do financial statements, it'll roll up to the right place.
Exactly. So chart of account, it consists of all those things, all those 4C, right? So that means one is calendar plus currency. Sorry, chart of account, this one. So now this ledger is consist of 3C plus SLA. So what is mean by that? Means calendar, if we merge the calendar plus currency plus chart of account and then plus sub ledger accounting method. If we altogether merge this, then we will create a ledger. Okay. And then this ledger can be tagged with the operating unit or inventory org and all those things, right? So this is the all about the multi-org structure.